Lauren is holding up a dress that Whitney is planning to wear and asks, we're going to a sports bar. Looks like lingerie.
It's terrible. I literally,
Yeah,
what in the crap
bad.
is Whitney wearing?
That is the fuggliest pink dress I've ever seen. And to a sports bar. Like, what is she doing?
Big wings. Big wings.
Welcome back to a new episode of Millennial TeaV. We are your hosts, Liz, Candace, and Adrian, and today we will be recapping The Hills Season 3, Episode 15, With This Ring. If you're not already following us on social media, just a reminder, you can find us on Instagram at Millennial TeaV, that's TeaV, and make sure you follow us on there so you don't miss any announcements. And also, we are recording video again today, so if you want to see us on YouTube, you can check us out there at Millennial TeaV Podcast. And however you're listening to us, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, so make sure you follow us on there and
leave a review.
Leave a review. Leave a nice review, please.
Or at least just rate us.
Yeah.
Give us some stars.
People have been nice so far. No one's left us a horrible review.
Yeah.
Except for somebody saying that I talk about Steven too much and it's annoying, but it's okay.
That was
2 years ago.
And I haven't talked about Steven for several seasons now, so I think we're past that.
It's been a while. All right, so on to the episode. On the previously on, Lauren says that after the Young Hollywood party, Lisa gave them tickets to one of the biggest events in LA. Heidi and Lauren had another fight in front of everyone, and they got together to talk about everything that happened between them. That didn't go too well. Heidi was still moving forward with her wedding plans, but Spencer was about to surprise Heidi with plans of his own.
They showed the Lauren looking at the camera again.
In our first scene, Spencer and Heidi are having breakfast at the Griddle Cafe. Heidi says that she thinks it's time they set a date for the wedding, and Spencer says that they should elope to Cabo. Heidi says no, and that she can't believe they're still fighting about this. She says their wedding needs to be in a church, and that she didn't think that guys really even cared. Spencer says, I don't, that's what I'm saying. And Heidi interrupts him and says that's why he should let her do what she wants. She suggests planning it herself so Spencer doesn't have to worry about it, and Spencer says that he's just not going to think about it anymore. It's all on Heidi and she can decide. Heidi says, great solution, and Spencer says, just tell me what day to be there, I'll wear a suit.
I'd be like, okay.
Ugh.
I know. I will plan everything. Don't say that to me because just show up on time.
You're like, I will?
Yeah, just show up on time.
I kind of want, okay, so it's really weird because last time we saw Spencer and Heidi, they were all on the you work too much, Heidi, this job. And now going forward, it's just the whole wedding thing. They've totally changed their storyline.
Because they had no storyline.
Yeah.
But do we think this is even real though?
No.
Also,
No.
Don't you think Spencer and Heidi got married so fast after getting engaged?
Very quick.
Yeah.
It's less than a year. And she's like, let's get married. That's crazy.
Well,
especially since they were so young.
Storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could have gone and spread more rumors about other people. Okay. Or they could have done more break up, get back together, flirt with other people, that kind of thing. They didn't really explore that too much, I feel like.
Just relationship
drama. Because I feel like Heidi was no.
Yeah.
No. Wrong-o.
Yes.
Because that would have been me. I'd have been like, hell no, not even for pretend.
I kind of like that we feel like Spencer's the mastermind of all of this drama, but Heidi
is going along with it.
Yeah.
But he listens to what she has to say. Because he's not forcing her into some of these storylines she doesn't want to be part of. She actually pushes back and says no, I don't want to do that. Or
sure.
Even in this wedding scene, she's like, no, we're not eloping. We're getting married the way I want to get married.
Yeah.
So
right.
Maybe that was a sign of a great partnership this whole time.
Maybe.
I mean, I can't say it's not a great partnership because
I
they're
know.
still together.
They're doing their thing, yeah.
I actually just listened to Spencer on Heather McDonald's podcast on Juicy Scoop, and he was talking about the fires and the corruption in LA and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, if I lived in LA, I'm freaking voting for Spencer. I'm like,
Really?
I love.
Gosh.
You guys should listen to it. It was so
Okay.
good. I don't know if I'm just getting brainwashed now, but I'm like, he's actually uncovering a lot of corruption and stuff where they raise money at fundraisers. They raise millions of dollars. He's like, not a single one of my neighbors whose house burned down in the LA fires got any cent of that money.
Wow.
So he's like, where is it going?
Wow. Okay. I'll have to listen to that. I'm interested.
I'll send
now.
you guys
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
He's definitely on a image tour though right now, because he also did a podcast where he was reacting to some of his clips from
Yes.
the Hills.
Yes.
And he was like, okay, specifically, and I was going to talk about it next episode, but it's okay. Specifically, he was watching the scene of him like yelling at Stephanie at that party. I got crying sisters in front of me, that scene.
Mhm.
And he was like almost like crying, reacting to it, and he was like
crying sad or
crying
laughing?
sad.
Oh.
And he was like, no, this is real. And he was like, and there was a lot of other stuff going on like in our actual family, and I was mad at Stephanie for the way that she was treating our mom. And he was like, and if it was my choice, I would not have had my sister, my actual sister, on reality TV with me. And it was like actually like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like that's And he was like, I didn't want her on the show. And it's like,
interesting.
yeah. So
okay.
There's that. But he's definitely trying to like reason away his bad behavior on reality TV, I think. But he also just released a book where he admitted that he was like selling underage pictures of Mary-Kate Olsen. So
what?
Yeah,
really?
That he sold underage pictures of Mary-Kate Olsen to tabloids.
Are these like inappropriate photos?
They were pictures of her like partying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he like admitted to it. He sold it for like $50K.
Oh my gosh. Holy
yeah.
moly.
So like he was being a shyster in Hollywood at the time. So
might have to check out this book and do like a bonus episode where we talk about it.
Yeah, we might. Oh my god, we'll book club it.
Yeah, we should.
Oh my god, I would love that.
We'll
Actually, I'm gonna. Is it out already?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Guess who's reading it?
Yeah,
it's gonna be me.
Find your Kindle.
It's my list too. Yeah. So next we are at the gym with Audrina, Lauren, Whitney, and our old buddy Jarrett, the personal trainer. He's back.
He's still cute.
Lauren suggests that they should go to Big Wangs, and sorry, I have to say this again, but I've been to Big Wangs a bunch of times in LA. It was literally like right down the street from the film school that I went to, like a block away. And so we would go there a lot because it was really cheap. They would have nights where the wings were like 25 cents a wing, which is like really good.
Yeah.
And it was a sports bar, but it was really fun to just go and hang out.
I was gonna say, I noticed that it was like a normal sports bar. Like it wasn't like classy, like it wasn't like Les Deux or it was just like a random like
you
generic
go there to watch a game. Yeah.
Like so I thought that was weird. We don't really see them in those kinds of environments a lot.
No. So yeah, it was cool seeing Big Wangs. The last time that Kyle and I were in LA, we drove by it and I was really sad. It's not Big Wangs anymore. Now it's Trejo's Cantina, which is owned by Danny Trejo, the actor. And so yeah, it's like a Mexican like taco restaurant now. So I'd be interested to go try it, but I was a little sad that it's not Big Wangs anymore. But anyways, so Whitney doesn't know what Big Wangs is, and Lauren says that it's a sports bar that they like to go to when they don't feel like going out. That's like a perfect description, I feel like. Jarrett is standing there for the entire conversation, and he looked like he was like waiting for his moment to be like, can I come too? And Whitney asks if he wants to come, and Jarrett says, Big Wangs? Definitely. It's a plan. And then he tells them that they all had a good workout. So they go to the gym cafe and Lauren starts teasing Whitney about Jarrett, and Whitney says, he's so nice. And Lauren's just like smiling and nodding at her. And Whitney asks why she's giving her that look. And Lauren says, I'm just sitting here. Whitney says she has no expectations whatsoever in guys. And Audrina says that she can just go out and date, flirt, and have fun. Whitney suggests they all get ready together, and Lauren says, "Look at you, you're all excited." And Whitney says that it should be fun, and Lauren says that they're going to get Whitney back in the game.
I'm like, how fun to work out with like your friends and with a hot personal trainer. Like,
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that Lauren was the only one who wasn't wearing makeup like a normal human who goes to the gym?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, Whitney and Audrina are like full faces of makeup, and you could tell Lauren's like not wearing any at all. And she's still
Funny.
so beautiful, you guys. What is that?
She doesn't need it, yeah. Next, we see the Westminster Presbyterian Church. This is another church that's like, if you're in Hollywood, LA, like chances are you're going to drive by it. So I just wanted to note, I thought it's cool. This church has been used for filming locations quite a bit, and some you might recognize it from as Wedding Crashers, The Wedding Planner, and Old School.
This is the church they end up actually getting married in, isn't it?
I think
so, yeah.
It looks like it from the inside. Yeah.
Yep, it's a nice church. So Spencer and Heidi go into the church, and Spencer's like, "Here comes the bride," as they walk in. They meet with Pastor Martha Campbell, and she tells them that they offer a wedding package that begins with premarital counseling. Spencer's face here did not look excited about that.
Okay, did you guys do premarital counseling before you got married? Or are you going to do it, Adrian?
No, but I hear it's like a Christian like church thing.
My sister is really religious, so she did it before her wedding, but I have a story about premarital counseling. So my sister is married and very happily married and has been since 2009. But she was actually supposed to be the bridesmaid in his first wedding.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, how did
she was kind of friends. Like they weren't like super besties, but like they were in the same friend group. So she was like gonna be a bridesmaid in this girl's wedding. And Kevin, my brother-in-law, was going to marry her, and they had a counseling session like the night before, and the pastor asked him, if it wasn't for all the money and everybody coming tomorrow, would you still marry her? And he said no.
Oh my God.
And the pastor said, I will not marry you.
Wow.
And that was it.
Damn.
And then like years later, my sister like never looked at him like that ever. And years later, she just one day was like, oh my God, Kevin, like he might be it. And then they started dating, which is like crazy because she was literally supposed to be in his wedding.
That's crazy.
The night before, I feel like they usually do this like weeks or whatever.
I think it was like an emergency session because they were having issues, you know,
like a fight or something.
Yeah, and he but that story is always so crazy to me because like
that is crazy.
Choices in life, you know.
Good thing they did that. Goodness gracious,
know.
That's crazy.
I know. So I don't know. Maybe premarital counseling is like something you should do.
Absolutely.
Well, I asked my friends recently who got married at a church, and they did premarital counseling because like the pastor won't agree to marry you unless you do it. And he said like both of them said that it was less like therapy-y or counsel-y. Like the pastor was trying to figure out if like he or she was being coerced into marrying the other person. So like they were asking questions like, is this your choice? Like, how did you guys meet? Like that kind of thing. So I was like, I never thought that that's what they would be trying to suss out.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, my sister's like super religious. So like, I'm sure it has a lot of like, you know, God and whatever in there. But I mean, sometimes I feel like people do just kind of rush into things because they think it's what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it might be nice to just like stop and be like,
yeah, sometimes having
let's really think about it. Yeah.
Be like, are you sure you want to do this? Yeah.
You would think you would already like go through that in your head, but yes, I guess if it's so rushed, having someone else ask you that might help.
Well, and then sometimes you like somebody proposes and you're like, yeah, you know, like, because you don't know what to do, but so like, I don't know. I feel like it might be important for some people. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? If any of you listeners have done premarital counseling, like tell us what it's like, because it seems like
Mhm.
the range of questions differ a little bit.
Yeah.
So tell us what you were asked and what was the outcome. Did you go through with it? Or did it make you pause? We'll pull it.
The pastor says that they do require that and that it's a really important part. She says that they offer a wedding coordinator to help with flowers, the music selection, etc., and that they need to book at least 6 months out. Spencer says he thought they were doing it this month, and Heidi says, guess again. Martha leaves them alone and says that she'll come back to check on them in a few minutes, and Spencer takes a deep breath and is like, I need to sit down. Heidi thinks that the church is perfect and asks, what more could you want? And Spencer is just smiling and shaking his head and says, it's a great church. I can't wait.
He's so passive aggressive and annoying.
I know.
Well, I'm like, if my man is like this excited to get married to me, I would be pissed, man.
Yeah.
Like, why is he putting up such a fight? I don't get it.
I
And
know.
the narrative switch up always gets me. Like, I know it's like they
Yeah.
needed a storyline, but it's like you were like frothing at the mouth to marry Heidi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
weird.
odd.
We are then at the Hillside Villas where the girls are getting ready, and Lauren is holding up a dress that Whitney is planning to wear, and she says it's cute, but asks, we're going to a sports bar. And it's a tiny pink dress, and before Lauren said that it looked like lingerie, I wrote down, looks like lingerie.
It's terrible. I literally,
Yeah,
what in the
it's so
crap is
bad.
Whitney wearing?
I
It
know,
rem-
that is the fuggliest pink dress I've ever seen.
It reminds me of Brittany Murphy in the beginning of Uptown Girls when she's wearing
Totally.
she's wearing that dress and she has
I know
little
what you're talking
butterflies on
about.
her shoes.
Yeah.
Like, you look like you're 12. What are you
Exactly.
wearing?
And to a sports bar. Like,
To a
what is
sports
she
bar.
doing?
Oh my gosh.
But I
Yeah.
did like Lauren's top that she was wearing with the
The one shoulder.
yeah, it was the
I
one
really
shoulder
like
love
that top
that.
too.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
find one. Like, that's
Yeah.
so pretty.
Yeah, so Lauren says, we got lingerie with moccasins and tights. And Whitney says, that's how I do it. Lauren opens up Whitney's bag and says that Whitney hardly wears any makeup. And Audrina says that she doesn't need it. And Lauren says, oh, to be a natural beauty. Audrina asks if Lauren is searching through Whitney's stuff. And Lauren says that she was just looking, not rifling. And Whitney comes out in her dress and she does a little twirl. Oh, and I noted when she did this, I thought she looked like a figure skater. You know how they have the little dresses like that? It's that's the
Yes.
vibe it was giving me. And then the girls just talk about how excited they are, and Lauren and Audrina are like, big wangs.
Big wangs. Big wangs.
But yeah, I thought Lauren looked super cute in the scene, and her hair
So
and
pretty.
everything just, yeah.
She's just
WTF though, Whitney, fashion girly, what are you doing?
I was very confused by that choice.
Yeah.
Again, very Brittany Murphy and Uptown Girls, but worse.
Way worse. Yeah.
What setting would it be cute in?
None.
Uh,
If
like
you
a
were 12 and going
party.
to, or yeah,
Sleepover,
if you were going to kindergarten and it was your first day,
Maybe a dress up party.
Yeah, like a princess party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So next we are at Big Wangs, and the girls are cheersing to Whitney joining them, and they see Jarrett walk in, and Whitney and Audrina are talking about how cute he is. He comes over to say hi and asks if she wants to play pool, and Whitney says, yeah, let's go. And Audrina says to Lauren that they're so cute together. As they're playing pool, Jarrett asks Whitney what she's doing for the weekend, and she says nothing, and he suggests that they go to Runyon Canyon. He says he wants to give her a one-on-one session and that he's really going to kick her ass. And Whitney's like, when? I'll do it as soon as possible. And he says he'll be there at 10 a.m. ready to go.
Oh, Whit.
I know.
She is really nonchalant when she flirts. I feel like, when he's talking to her and stuff like that, she's just like, yeah, okay, it's fine. But then that line at the end of I'll do it as soon as possible. When do you want me to go? I'm like, girl.
hiking is so not a
You're
date
cool.
though.
No, I would not want to do that, especially with your personal trainer.
No, hiking is
Well,
not
I
a
would
date.
hike, but I wouldn't want him to train me.
Exactly. Yeah.
We could go on a walk.
Hiking
that's
is
cute.
fun, but yeah, not then how he's gonna make her do jumping jacks and stuff.
Hiking
Yeah.
is fun.
Yeah. I enjoy hiking.
Yes, two of you in the forest, just walking together. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my workout journey is new. And it's 30 minutes a day. And it doesn't involve hiking. It's like hot. I'm sweating. No.
But think about it as just a walk.
Well, and to be fair, like hiking in California is different.
I like walking,
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
but I don't like to go uphill.
Okay, well, there's gonna be some hills.
Yeah. But then you get to the top and you're like, yeah, I did it. And you get to be like, I made it. And then you get to go downhill. So and that's the best part. So
And you're one with nature. It's
just peaceful. Yeah.
yeah.
I'd rather just go to dinner.
That's for the after, Candace.
Yeah.
That's when you can't get enough of each other and you're like, dinner?
But like I'm wearing exercise clothes, I'm sweating, and I don't.
No, you
look
gotta go home and
pretty.
change.
No.
Yeah, go home,
get
shower.
But I mean,
ready,
like
Yeah.
that's
and you
it's
go
not
out
a
again.
date because I'm sweating. I don't want to sweat on a date.
I wouldn't want to do a hard hike on like a first date. I feel like once
Yeah.
you've been a couple dates in or whatever, then you're like, okay, I'm fine if I look sweaty in front of this person, but not the
Yes.
first time. Yeah.
And I don't want to be like huffing and puffing too bad, but
Yeah.
you know, it's nice to just like have something to do
Yeah.
while you're on a date with someone that's not just like, I don't know, at dinner. I feel
Sitting.
like it's an
Yeah.
activity, you know, like something to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take your words for it.
So next we are at Runyon Canyon. And so Kyle and I did this one before and I was not a fan of it. It was very crowded when we went and it's like super popular hiking spot in LA, but I feel like it's for the people who are personal trainers, people who look like models, like go on this hike. And we hiked a lot in Hollywood and in my opinion there are way better hikes than Runyon Canyon. There were just like spots of it where it was like really narrow and the people like around us, there were people trying to like run or just get around you, and certain times I was like, I'm gonna get knocked off the mountain because like a jerk behind me is like running like out of my way. It was a stressful hike, but to be fair, Whitney and Jarrett, it was like nobody was there when they went, so probably better when it's not crowded like when I was there.
I've been there too. So
Oh,
the
yeah?
first trip I went to LA with Max, one of the sightseeing places I was like, we have to go to Runyon Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, not because I love to hike or anything, like I enjoy it, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I hear you can spot many celebrities at Runyon Canyon. So
Yes.
that's why I went.
Yep.
Didn't see anyone I knew. No,
Of
did
course.
not. But it was hot. Like it's way hotter than the hikes I'm used to here in Vancouver, because here it's really foresty, lots of trees, you're under like the shade. But this one, no trees at all. It's
Yep.
just full like
You're just in
blasted
the sun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. We did a lot of hikes that were shaded, and that is just so much better. So,
yes.
yeah.
Whitney's hiking pants were cute. Her little red
No.
stripes. You didn't like them?
I'm like, those are not like sports pants.
I thought it was an odd choice. They were like
Yeah.
flared, like they were
They're
like
like
very
fashion pants.
loose.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought they were cute. Whoops.
That's funny. They make it to the top of the mountain, and Jarrett has Whitney start doing jumping jacks and then air punches. And they just get to the top, and she's like out of breath still. I'd be like, can I just like sit and like wait a second before I start doing cardio? Like, what
That's
the
my
heck?
favorite part of my exercise videos that I have started doing is when I get to do my punches.
That's fun.
I love them.
And do we think this is a personal training session, or is this supposed to be a date?
I think this is a
No.
personal training session because he's like actually making her like,
Do stuff.
yeah, and it's not a date. Now, when he invites her to La Cantina, that is a date.
That's a date.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, Jarrett says that he thinks he has the best job, and Whitney comments that it's not like an office job where you're sitting at a desk all day. And he's like, yeah, I just wear shorts and a t-shirt every day instead of a suit and tie. And Whitney tells him that he's pretty fashionable for shorts and a t-shirt. And he asks if she wants to go out for drinks that night, and she says yes, and he says that he'll pick her up for La Cantina at 8.
That sounds so good.
Whitney looks excited though, like she's into this.
She does, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we are at Spencer and Heidi's apartment, and Heidi is looking at a bridal magazine, and she says that she's definitely wearing a crown, and that just made me feel like her birthday Heidi's back.
Princess Heidi.
Yeah. she's going on about the planning, and Spencer asks, "Where do you buy bride magazines?" And Heidi asks if it's a crime that she bought bridal magazines, and then with like his creepy smile, he's like, "Not even a little bit. I just don't think you need them." And she shows 3 magazines that she bought, and Spencer says it's still crazy because he never thought he'd be getting married.
You're the one that asked her, dude.
I know,
Yeah.
and he looks like the very last thing in life that he wants to do is get married.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
Like,
I'd
what
be
are
so
we doing
pissed.
here?
It's so weird.
Next, we are at Teen Vogue, and Whitney tells Lauren that Jarrett asked her out, and Lauren says, "Aw, he hearts you." Whitney says she doesn't know if he hearts her, and Lauren is smiling and says it's just cute. Whitney says she's not even going to think about it, and Lauren says, "Yeah, it's your first date." And Whitney says, "First dates are really exciting, but can also be really uncomfortable."
Exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Love Whitney's hair up and messy the way that it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved Lauren's pushed back curly look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very thin headband, but like so voluminous.
So
That was
cute.
pretty.
So then we are at La Cantina on Whitney and Jarrett's date, and they cheers to having fun. Whitney tells him she doesn't really come out to Hollywood that much, and when she does, it's usually to go out for drinks and dancing.
Pause really quick.
Yeah.
Whitney's hair is the little twist and then you pin it back. Like your bangs, you twist them and then you pin it back. That is exactly how I would do my hair all the time from senior year until my late 20s. Okay? And I'll have to find pictures because it was that twist and the pin with bobby pins or whatever. Like that was my look. You guys.
That's cute.
Yes.
Very cute.
Me in high school, and I'm pretty sure that's how I wore my hair to prom. And now I look at it, I'm like, crap, I should have done something different, but it was twist, 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 and pin.
That was like the look.
Yeah, it was.
Like you do that and you're put together.
Yes.
I'll have to find my poof pictures and my twisty hair pictures because your girl was living her best Hills life, okay?
Yes.
And we all attributed it to Lauren, but really,
Yeah.
Whitney did it first.
Yeah, Whitney did it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Jarrett says to Whitney, "So I guess I should have taken you somewhere to go dancing." And Whitney laughs and says that maybe in a couple hours, and they cheers to that. Whitney starts to talk, and Jarrett interrupts her to ask what her sign is. And she says she's a Pisces and asks if he knows about signs. And he's like, "No, it just feels like the biggest question to ask on a date." Oh, no. Ha ha. Whitney asks what he sees himself doing in a couple of years in LA, and he says that he's taking the training very seriously. He tells her he just got signed with a record label to go on tour with a bunch of girls to train them.
Who do we think it
Is that
is?
what he said?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
thought he was like in a band or something.
No. Danity
No, yeah.
Kane.
That's
was
who
it?
I thought of first.
That's the
I don't
only girl
know.
group that I can think of at the time that would have been like going on tour.
Yeah.
Destiny's Child? I don't
The
know.
Pussycat Dolls.
They weren't
I
really
don't know.
touring. Ooh, the Pussycat Dolls. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
But Robin Anton would not have allowed anyone else to train them except her.
I love how we all know who created the Pussycat Dolls. Shout out to Robin Anton.
That is such an interesting thing, though, that I never thought about, but totally makes sense to like have a personal trainer come with you
Cool
on tour.
job.
Yeah,
Like that would be so
yeah.
fun if you were the trainer. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
if you were with a
I
good
want to
group
know
of people.
who like Taylor Swift's personal trainer is because she put on a 3-hour freaking show and like
Yeah.
she said she trained for it by running on the treadmill and singing all of her songs.
That's like what Beyonce used to say.
That's
That's
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't
Oh
know
my
that.
god, I could not. I always think about this like as a pop star, like what if you're on your period that day and you just don't feel good and you have cramps?
Yeah.
Or like what if you're really sick or you have the flu? Like you still have to
Yeah.
like
Perform.
in
Yeah.
a fucking leotard.
Yeah.
No.
I can't imagine.
I just would kill myself. I'd be canceling shows for all kinds of reasons. I'd be like, it's the first day of my period. I can't.
Yeah. I have a headache.
And then it's like, I'm ovulating. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I guess that's what you train for, but
And don't forget, they've got access to so many drugs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They just put an IV in when they got a cold and flush it all out.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're good. So Jarrett says that when you're from New York, you have to have more than one side hustle. And then I'm pretty sure it was definitely a voiceover. Whitney's like, "You're so busy, you probably don't have time to date much." And then Jarrett says that he just got out of a relationship and now he's having fun. And Whitney says that she also just got out of a relationship in May. And she says that she doesn't want to be attached to anyone and wants to be able to enjoy herself. Jarrett says that's why he asked her out tonight. They're two single people having fun, and they cheers again to that.
They're both so like, we're just single. We're just having a good life. Like, it's so serious about being casual.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Like, okay.
And how many times do they want to cheers?
I know.
Cheers like 5 times.
Everything.
I know.
Jarrett's kind of annoying. Like, he just like interrupted her so much, and that question about the Pisces, like the horoscope, it's like, bruh, you don't know anything. Like, why are you asking?
It
That
wasn't
was like
funny.
the end of the conversation, you know?
It
Yeah.
felt very much like he was like, I'm a cool guy. I'm a casual
Yeah.
guy. I'm a cool casual guy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it was like, okay.
Do you think they were into each other?
I don't know.
I think he was a
It's
cute
hard
guy
to
to go on a
tell.
date with. I don't think she was like,
Yeah, I don't
head
think
over
she was
heels.
looking
Yeah.
for something serious with him at all. Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
So before this next scene with Heidi and Spencer, because we get a new Spencer surprise, I thought it would be fun to go through all of Spencer's surprises that he's done for Heidi so far. So
Let's
the ones
rate
that
them too. Let's rate
Ooh,
them.
okay. So the ones I thought of that I could think of off the top of my head were showing her the apartment that he already took out the lease on, proposing to her so quickly, the jellyfish tank, the graffiti on the wall, the arcade games. Is there anything else? It was mostly all like apartment stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got most
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
And I would rate them, number 1 is the graffiti on the wall.
Like worst.
Yeah. Number
yeah.
2 is showing her the apartment he already took out a lease on because like she had a roommate.
Yeah.
Like that's annoying.
Mhm.
And 3, the arcade games because they are eyesores.
They're ugly.
And then 4, proposing to her so quickly. And then I don't care about the jellyfish tank because I think that's cool. So that would be the last one.
Mine would be, okay, graffiti on the wall is the worst. Arcade games because it was so ugly. I think jellyfish tank because I don't want freaking jellyfish.
Yeah.
They scared me. And then proposing is last because I feel like Heidi wanted it, you know?
Yeah, I think I agree. Graffiti wall 1, showing her the apartment would be 2, arcade games, but I would switch jellyfish and proposing as well because again, I would not want to take care of a jellyfish tank.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a big ask. Yeah. So
I didn't even know that you could take care of jellyfish.
I didn't know you
thought they
could
were
buy
out in
like
the
a tank
ocean.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
They don't last very long, as we'll see in the next
Next episode, yeah. Okay, so now this to his newest surprise. So Heidi comes home and we see Spencer in the living room with a bunch of candles lit and 2 suitcases that look packed and ready to go. He asks her how work was and she's like, long, tiring, and he tells her that she can sleep in the car. She asks where they're going and he says that they're going on a little adventure. And he says that he packed for her. And I just was like, I would never let Kyle pack for me. There's no way. I'd be like, let me check all of my bag first. Like, there's no way. And then he tells her that they're going to Las Vegas to get married and that he got them the honeymoon suite. And Heidi is just like tired and exhausted. And she's like, Spence, did you already pay for this? And he says he put down a deposit, and she says that she really hopes he's kidding. He asks, why would I be kidding? And Heidi says because she told him that she doesn't want to elope. She says they already went to the church and talked to the minister. And he says, lots of people get married on their own without family and friends there. It's just distractions, and it's not about them. It's about us getting married. Heidi says it's about her too, and that she wants them there, and her dad walking her down the aisle really means a lot to her. She says she doesn't understand how he doesn't realize that by now. And she's been telling him how much this means to her, and she doesn't get how he doesn't care about how she feels about all of this. He says it's not about caring, you're making it about all these other things. And she says no, she just wants their family and friends there. Is that so much to ask for? She's sick of the surprises, and she's sick of coming home and wondering what's going to be there, what's going on, and this isn't Spencer's relationship where he decides what they do. She says they're not supposed to be fighting about their wedding, and he says they're not fighting about the wedding, they're fighting about wedding planning, and it's such a hassle. Heidi says if she's too much of a hassle for him, then she's sorry, and she takes off her ring and puts it down on the coffee table on top of the bridal magazines and says maybe they should think about it longer. And Spencer picks up the ring and he stares at it. He gets up and he takes the suitcases and he leaves.
So dramatic, so contrived.
Yes, so
so performative. Yeah.
I'm like, am I supposed to think that Spencer's going to Vegas by himself now? Like, what is happening? He packed for Vegas and then took his suitcase.
He's gonna go stay in the honeymoon suite alone.
And I feel like it took nothing for Heidi to like take off that ring. I'm like, no one's gonna threaten like, you know, the end of the relationship over something like this.
And especially when he comes back, it's so like, I miss you.
I know.
Yeah. I totally misread the ending of the scene, and I thought that he like caved and took the bags back into the bedroom.
Oh.
Because I thought he was like, I lost.
Uh-huh.
So I was surprised when Heidi said that he went out. I'm like, oh, I read that differently.
Yeah, I thought he was going to Vegas by himself.
I wished. So next we see Heidi at Bolt House, and Kimberly comes into her office, and she says that she hasn't seen Heidi all day, and Heidi says that she's kind of been hiding out. Heidi tells her about what happened the previous night, and she tells Kimberly that Spencer left and says, if we can't figure out a fight, how are we supposed to figure out our lives together? Kimberly says they need to put everything out on the table, and Heidi says, I don't know, and Kimberly's just like, sorry.
And you guys just got to put everything out on the table. I don't know. Sorry.
Like, so
I didn't think that somebody could be less interested than Elodie. And then Kimberly happened. And I was like, she is kind of like so flat.
Yeah.
Like,
it was so uncomfortable.
Like, I really didn't want to be this person on this television show, but Heidi has 0 friends, so she needs somebody to
Yeah, I'm like, did Kimberly know what she was signing up for when she got this job? And is it a job at Bolt House or is it a job through the show? You know, like, it's so weird.
I know, I'm curious.
At least Kiara acts like she cares.
Yeah.
Kiara does care, I feel like. She was genuine friends with Audrina.
I think she's actually friends with Audrina, yeah. I think that's the problem, is that Heidi didn't have any actual genuine friends.
Yeah. I did note that I thought Kimberly looked cute in this scene, though. I liked her dress, and I thought her makeup looked really pretty. So
yeah, Kimberly's growing on me.
Yeah, she's not Elodie, but no, I don't hate her.
She's growing on me. For sure.
Well, and the fact that she's not like on Team Heidi all the time, I'm like, okay, she's got a brain.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Exactly. She's not like kissing Heidi's butt.
It's hard to be on Team Heidi, let's be real.
Yeah. Next, we are at the M Cafe with Whitney and Lauren, and Whitney tells her that for a first date, her time with Jarrett was actually very comfortable. Lauren asks what he wore, and Whitney says a V-neck American Apparel shirt, and she says that it was really tight. And Lauren says the shoes tell it all, and Whitney says that she wasn't into the shoes. I don't remember what his shoes looked like, or we saw them.
I don't either.
Whitney says that she got a friend vibe from him, and Lauren asks if she thinks that he also had that vibe, and Whitney says that he did invite her to go out after with him, so that's a good sign. She says it felt good to get out there, and Lauren asks how it ended and if they kissed, and Whitney says no kissing. Lauren says that she thinks for the most part that a guy can tell if you want to kiss him. And Whitney says that she doesn't have any rules about that, but what happens if a guy goes in for it and that is your rule? And Lauren's like, you just go to the side. Whitney says, ooh, awkward. Lauren says you can make it not awkward, but Whitney says, knowing me, I would make it awkward.
It's funny. So this is what happened to Max and I on our first date.
Oh my gosh.
We went out to dinner. He drove me back to campus where I lived in the dorms, and we were sitting in the car, and then he like looked at me and I was like, oh, what's going on?
Here it comes.
But I'm like, I mean, I was into it, but also I'm like, not on a first date. Like, I'm just getting to know you. And then so I just like went to the side, and then I'm like, but I was like, well, this is just our first date. I'm not going to kiss you yet on the first date. And then I was like, bye. And then I left.
Oh my gosh.
So he
Aw.
still says that today. He's like, yeah, you didn't let me kiss you. I'm like, no. I'm like, I just got to know you.
I love that.
So I'll say, yes, I think you can make it cute.
Yeah. Did you kiss on the second date?
Heavily.
Okay.
I couldn't hold myself back.
You're ready.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh, Adrian was getting a little slutty. Kiss slut.
Kiss slut.
So in our last scene, we are back at Heidi and Spencer's apartment, and Heidi's in the kitchen unpacking groceries. Spencer comes home with roses, and Heidi asks where he slept last night. He says at his parents' house, and he gives her the flowers. Spencer asks if he can call a truce, and Heidi says that he can apologize. He says, I'm so sorry that I did not respect your need to have the wedding of your dreams, and I want to do whatever in the world makes you happy forever. I love you, and if that means a big wedding, let's have the biggest wedding ever. No more surprises. Heidi says that she can't even describe how last night was. It was the first time they've slept apart, and it was their first big fight. He says he didn't realize it was such a big ordeal for her, and she tells him that she can't believe he didn't sleep there, and she can't believe that he left. She says she wouldn't have left. Spencer says he's sorry, and Heidi says apology accepted. He holds out the ring and says that he doesn't want her to throw this down because he wants her to marry him, and he's so sorry he just gets all stressed out thinking about a big production and ordeal when all he wants to do is marry her. Heidi thanks him for the flowers and the apology, and they hug and kiss. And all is well.
I literally have Heidi looks really pretty. Spencer is a douche. I don't know if flowers and apology would do it.
Do we really think that he went back to his parents' house, got really great advice, and that's why he's changed his tune? Or
Kind of. That's the vibe I got. But is this real?
I know.
No.
But if that's true, that's really sweet. Like that he listened to his parents and came back such a nice man.
I was impressed. If it was real, I was impressed
Yes.
that he said, I didn't respect your need and like things like that. Like he actually like acknowledged what this is what I did wrong and this is what I want to do right.
Because it wasn't real.
But yeah, I don't
And he
know.
knew. Oh my God,
So
you
people
guys.
don't apologize like this.
Nobody
I mean, this would be the
apologizes
perfect
like this.
apology. Heidi saying that she wouldn't leave the apartment and go like sleep somewhere else or whatever. I'm like, I feel like Heidi's the biggest mama's girl or whatever. I'm like, if your parents had a house 10 minutes away, I'm like, I feel like you would be there all the time.
I think she would. Yeah.
Have you guys ever done that?
Like gotten in a fight and left? No.
Not even with your current like partners, but like people in the past, if you've lived with them.
I didn't live with him, but I stayed there a lot, and I did leave, and like I was drunk, so I had to call an Uber, and I took an Uber home, and he was like, "Really? Please come back." And I was like, "No, I already paid for the Uber."
That's funny.
It's like, I'm not wasting money. I'm going home, sleeping in my own damn bed. Bye.
I know.
Yeah.
I've never either, but I'm like, some people get so pissed off they go to like a hotel or something like that. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my God, I'm not spending $200 just because I'm mad
Just
at
to
you.
be mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I went home to my parents' house, like where I lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I really didn't put up with anything back then. Like it was so nice to just like know I lived with my parents. I wasn't paying any rent, and I could like go home whenever I wanted to. And like, but then I could like pretend that we lived together and like stay there for weeks at a time, and then like also just be like, "You're annoying me, bye." But then I could play house and like make him dinner, and like because it was like his apartment.
Yeah, you're only there for the good parts.
Yeah.
Then I could go home and sleep in my own bed and hang out with my mom and dad.
Well, that was the episode. Did you guys have a favorite outfit?
Lauren's one shoulder like top.
Yeah, that was the
I thought
only
that was
call out
cute.
for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually liked Heidi's tank top in this last scene. I thought she looked really cute. What about favorite moments?
Mine says nothing. This episode was a snooze.
Me too.
Really?
I literally
Dang.
have. This was such a filler episode that I literally did not have one.
Yeah. I was like, I have to pick something, and so I said Spencer looking at the ring was my favorite part. So it
Oh,
was
that
just
very, very
so
like active.
so acting, and like her putting it on the bridal magazines, that was just so like, yeah, we are acting right now. So,
Yeah.
Academy Award.
yeah. But yeah, I agree. This was like such a filler episode.
So filler compared to what we just had last
Exactly.
episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
but next episode.
Next episode.
Is
I know,
the
it's
very
good.
episode.
It's very good.
You guys, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Definitely makes up for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks because I was like, oh, yay, we get to see Whitney go out on a date. That'll be fun. And then it was just like boring.
And it was with someone we already knew. Like, give us someone new.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to see Jared.
Jarrett.
His
Jarrett.
ugly shoes. All right. Well, that's it for this week. And next episode will be hosted by Candace, and it's a really good one. So
Oh, it's so
Really
good.
good.
It's so good, you
Yeah.
guys. I'm
I'm
ready.
so excited to talk about it.
don't miss
clearly.
it. Come back and
Happen.
listen. Yes. All right. Bye.